In this video, I'm going to show you a recipe that can help you lose weight and change your life for the better. It's very simple. Stay tuned. I'm Professor Spira. I've practiced something called the Mucusless diet healing system for over 18 years, and I've helped thousands of people transform their lives using the methods of this great system. And today I want to show you my special secret recipe for mango. It can transform your life. Now, I get requests all the time to do more food prep videos for the Mucusless diet healing system because a lot of people don't know what the Mucusless diet is. They don't understand how to do it. Even if they read the book, they're still concerned about what they should eat and how they should eat it and that kind of stuff. So I'm making an effort to do a few more videos. One of the reasons I didn't do a lot of videos is because a lot of it can be very simple. There are some more complicated recipes. If you're interested in some of those, you definitely want to enroll in the Mucusless diet healing system e-course. I'll tell you about that later. But there's also pretty simple ones. So I want to show you my mango recipe. So this is a good mango. This has been a bad year for mangoes, but I'm in a location right now in Florida where I've located a store that is selling some really good quality mangoes. And so there's two different ways that I will go about preparing this mango. So one, if I don't have, it's kind of the poor man's version, if I don't have any utensils or anything like that, and it's ripe enough, you can really only do this when it's ripe enough, I will use my finger and kind of create a little divot at the top, and then I'll peel a strip down. So either kind of between using my finger or strip, just kind of get you kind of see that just a strip of it down, and then I will peel. God, how juicy that is. Kind of just peel the skin off, and I'll usually do it to a half, just one half. So I'll hold one half, the other half, with my hand, and then that's how I'll eat it. Just peel that off, and then, yummy. Excuse me. Mango mukbang. Now, an alternate, if this hadn't been cut yet and I have a knife, you can do that with a knife. You can just cut it side and then do that peeling technique that I mentioned before. Like I said, this kind of peeling does not really, you can put the ones that are not ripe, you can do that, but they're not ripe anyway, so they're not going to taste great. Now, usually, I'll have my hair up when I'm eating these so I don't get food and mango in my hair. And this, for a full meal, I'd probably have two of these mangoes for me is pretty good, and 3 at the most, but really one or two. If the mango's real big, it can just be one, and that would be a meal. That would be a lunch or a dinner, more of a lunch. can't beat this. I don't know why. Why do you want to eat dead animal? Pig don't taste better than that. Dead pig that had feces in it. An animal, an organism that used to defecate, urinate, and you think that's better than this mango? You think that's more tasty? Eat it raw. Eat it without the feces taken out of it. Eat it like the lion would eat it. Don't put ketchup and Worcestershire sauce and hot sauce and mayonnaise and mustard. Don't put all that on it. Don't add salt to it. Eat it. Kill the animal with your canine teeth. Since we're such carnivores, take your canine teeth, bite into the neck of the living. Don't really do this, but I'm making a point. Bite into the neck of the animal, and then eat it raw. If we're carnivores, and if that's natural for us, if what I just described to you is natural to you, which some of you it might be. Some of you that follow Savage, whatever his name is, the raw meat eating guy, that probably sounds like a good idea. You know, God help you, and help us all. What I'm saying is you ain't getting better than this. This is real food. This is a real meal, a real human meal. Real human meal and recipe doesn't need 16 herbs and spices. It doesn't need a bunch of preparation. It is what it is. Nature made it. Nature I can't really honestly, so I said it's my secret recipe. But if I'm being fair, I can't take credit for it. Mother Nature did this. Mother Nature cooked this. And for the stupid people that want to try to say, this is that dumb stuff that when they're saying, oh, well, don't the plants feel pain when you eat the plants? So equating the suffering of a higher life form, the animal, to the plants. Well, that argument wouldn't even work anyway with the fruit. Because for the fruit to be perpetuated, it's for us to eat. We help perpetuate it. If we don't eat, the mango's falling down. If the animals don't eat it, that are fruitarian, that are meant to eat the fruit, then it dies, and those seeds may or may not get planted and grow other trees. Isn't that perfect situation for us? Is the food that we're meant to eat helps to create more life on this planet. It doesn't kill. Eat something that has seeds in it, and you have the potential, if you go and you naturally, as you should, defecate in nature, the potential, and I know most you won't, we're not set up like that right now, but if we were, and your waste was great compost for the earth instead of killing the earth as ours does because we're so toxic, if you were to do that, then potentially something could grow. Isn't that better? Nothing is going to grow when you eat cow and the cow is killed, and immediately after death, the pussification process is starting. Their flesh, that meat, it's starting to decay immediately. It's not getting the oxygen. Then it's going through a crazy process, and you can watch the videos on the way that they what they do to prop up this meat and try to give it extra life, and they put dye into it and all kinds of stuff so it doesn't look all brown and dead and nasty. Because people, even pus eaters, know that that's not good. That's not appealing. So they make it, well, let's make it look red, like it was freshly killed. It's not fresh. It's old. It's dead. It's feces ridden. Tapeworms in it. Not as good as mango. Nothing, you know, I mean, it's not even in the same. But people think that that's food. People think, because they've been taught to think. I'm empathetic, and I'm speaking from a place of having been there and nobody having eaten worse than me. So I'm not doing this to saying it like this to be judgmental or to, you know, I'm saying this because sometimes you need the truth, you need to hear it. You need to hear it straight, with no frills. And if it takes a mango recipe, there's a lot of those folks probably don't make it to this mango recipe video, or not this far in the video, but to understand the point of this, we're talking about mono meals with Professor Arnold Ehret and the Mucus Diet Healing System. Mono meals, and when people ask me, well, what do you eat? This is like how I eat in an afternoon. My first meal be fruit, and it's usually one type of fruit. Usually. So every once in a while, maybe I'll combine, if I know a couple types of fruit combine well for me, maybe, but very rare. It's usually just one type of fruit. And so I try to find seasonally the best fruit of that season for where I'm located. And that's what I eat. You know, I'll eat that every day. If the mangoes are really good, I'll eat mangoes every day until they're not good. Or if watermelon is good, you know, I'll eat those a lot. It just depends. But this is Mother Nature's recipe is ripe. The ripening process. It's the real cooking process. I mean, people around here have mango trees and mangoes on the ground. They take it for granted. They don't eat it. They don't even look at it as food. It's just like, oh, yeah. Consciousness. What is that wisdom from the classic Wizard of Oz? All the answers that you seek are in your backyard. Meaning, you know, everything we need to heal, everything we need to transform, to get out of our depression, to revitalize our life, increase our vitality, everything we need is right here. But we gotta be able to tune into it, be aware of it, know what it is, because right now there's an epidemic of suicides. I mean, that it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like that. What makes us so unhappy, so depressed, that even, and we're talking, there's people that have a lot of money, that have a lot of resources, the things that this society, that this time in history that's the message. That's what you're taught, that if you have all the resources, you have the money, you have the wealth, you have everything, then you are okay. You are A-okay. Why are millionaires and billionaires committing suicide just like poor people that are committing suicide? Physiological liberation is what they seek, and they don't even know it. Because with physiological liberation, it doesn't matter what you have in the bank. You can figure, you're clear enough and lucid enough, you're gonna figure it out. It's about survival, the survival mindset. I got videos on, kind of that survival mindset. No matter what happens, like when all this stuff started happening, the shutdowns and this and that, I didn't have no anxieties. Now, I'm not raising family and I don't have children, that kind of stuff, but I'm also more prepared than a lot of people. Because you can go to our videos and we've been talking about that something like this would happen for years. So we were able to prepare. So you either have to get into the diet long enough so you can get that lucid vision yourself, or plug into people that have that are trying to warn you and tell you and listen to what they actually are saying. But things don't need to stop just because, like, these things outside of us that we can't control, don't let that make you depressed. Don't let that make you mad. Don't let that affect you at your core level. See, for me, there's a way. It's one thing when you're channeling the anger of the ancestors and the people. That's a righteous indignation and a righteous anger to fight for freedom, to fight for liberation, to fight against evil and injustice. But you can do that as an agent where it doesn't necessarily, like, it shouldn't harm you if you're being a vessel for vibration, and it shouldn't hold you down. And if this makes sense for those of you that, if you know what I mean, where you can be passionate and what ends up happening is people don't understand the emotion where you're coming from, because they could come across as angry, like, oh, it's passion for freedom and to fight injustice. It's passion. It's not, the anger in a way that is being destructive to me. There's nothing destructive about those emotions. In fact, it's all positive, because to me, the liberation struggle, the physiological liberation struggle, is the greatest struggle of our time. That's what we all should be focused on, what we should all be into. And when you are into it, it helps you. It helps you transition better. It helps you stay on task. It helps you plug into other like-minded people. It helps to be turned on, plugged in. Mucus out. Get the pus and the mucus out. It's very simple. And you got to transition. I'm not saying that this isn't to say that, oh, watch this video and now you're just going to start having fruit meals like that. Read the Mucusless Diet Healing System book. Focus on the transition diet lessons. Very important. Please do that. Don't just watch this video and say, okay, well, I'm going to start eating fruit like Spira. I went through a process and a cleansing process to get to the point where I can have fruit meals like that. And so we can't, we got a bunch of videos on the system and that kind of thing on here that you can get into, but just, take the time to enjoy yourself, enjoy your meal, enjoy the food, be as harm-free as you can, in terms of doing no harm, eating the karmaless, as it says, the karmaless food, or really, there is no such thing, karmaless. It's, the good karma, creating a good by just being in alignment with nature. It's what we need to do if we are to get away from the chaos, to remove the chaos, to create an enlightened race of people. Because right now, it's bad, you know, in terms of the mental space. It's a bad situation, but I'm hopeful. I'm loving what I'm seeing with some of the younger people that are getting into this information, that feel it, that understand that they're not going to be able to continue down the path of eating crap and live as long as their parents did with the same level of health or vitality, whatever that level was. It might not even have been real high for them, but there's a limit. We're a carbon copy, a worse copy of a copy when it comes to our parents and our parents' parents. We're getting weaker and weaker because we remain divorced from our natural diet. The only way that we can get back into our natural diet is to transition into it. It's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be, there's no quick fix. There's no 40-day cleanse. You have to adopt as a lifestyle the transformation. So I thank you so much for watching this video and this special recipe for mango. Spira's mucus-free mango secret recipe. Very important recipe, and I'm glad that I could share it with you. And I don't want you to go anywhere. I want you to click right here. Check out this video. This is a really hip video. So right now, click it, and I'm going to see you over there.